Okay, very smooth begins, shifting towards schools of engaging digital young people. And in fact, cities that did not have to be years ago, they already see that this tool creates young people to be active in their movements and be active also for local actions. And now I want to show you a video from one of the first cities in Europe that school is Portugal, Cascais.
Os mais novos irmão cidadãos participativos, cidadãos que estão comprometidos com o próprio desenvolvimento das suas comunidades.
Já temos idade para ser adultos e para estar nessa escola. Seja investimento na esperança municipal que quer estabelecer em desenvolver cidadania comunitária mais jovens, mais jovens. Porque eles não sabem que os seus cidadãos, portanto, têm opiniões, pensam, e esta é a situação que eles gostam exatamente disso.
Então, os miúdos são insatisfeitos, as escolas também. É um projeto que nós temos muita gente e que eles chegam muito felizes e vão contribuir e a ver os miúdos de chegar aqui a esta altura, ver lá a ver os projetos que eles fizeram, a gente sentiria a nossa cidade.
Vejo crescer de certa forma daí também, ter um olhar mais aberto, mais útil.
У вас буде далі все. Ось ви почуєте, у вас своя методологія. І що? І що?
eles têm dado formação profissional. Praticamente muitas das escolas, uma porcentagem de votação, de uma adesão superior àquelas que nós, mais velhos, temos tido nas eleições que eles têm eleição. De facto, começam a querer ter essa cidadania e dar-nos um exemplo a nós, de facto, nós devemos participar.
Fantástico. Divertir-se, diferente, trabalho, equipa.
Okay, and now I'd like to share the feedback from school children from Ukraine who participated in School PB last year and what they think about the process.
Hey, my name is Lucia and this initiative is very important for the successful future of our country. Everyone can change everything, and that's it.
Okay, so that's important. The mayor of Ashgash says that the problem is not about use. Problem is a society that does not know or does not want to point out, find out ways how to engage and motivate us to participate. And school participant advisor, as you can see, can help you have future workers, young workers, help give them skills and competencies for active citizenship. And you can see that school could be widespread across Europe. And it helps with Europe. We have analyzed a lot of best practices of France, Italy, Poland, Ukraine, and based on our standards, we developed a toolkit. It's a step-by-step guidance for public authorities, how to implement school PB in your own standard. So you can read it, and you can do it by yourself. For example, we were approached by one of those municipality in Ukraine, like 500,000 population. You found your toolkit on the website, and we read it, and we designed the regulatory framework, and we started the process. And see and check we are doing our experts, we great job. So it is working. And in Ukraine, we already this in many municipalities, and we are seeing very good results. So, according to this mechanism, that should be used for a procedure defined by the council decision, of course, budget, additional budget for schools. That should be coordinated with bodies from city council representatives, teachers, and of course, school students. It should have learning from home, and the best learning from home is game-based training. We'll play that. And of course, disseminate results. So I will not read this information about advantages coming from school, but you will learn and from our other speakers in this presentation online. So I already mentioned you will implement this. You can ask how to guide. And actually, we developed this toolkit and a regulation for school PB through consultation process. We launched the consultation and we used CiviTab for that. We invited experts in the area of democracy, we invite representatives of local authorities, school students, Ministry of Youth, and you can see all the certified experts here during the day. So we worked on this model regulation that will be adapted and applied everywhere. And you can see also students participate in this consultation process. And there is a model regulation you can find in the toolkit, and you can play with it about your city council context, but ensure that we still keep very important standards and features. So the regulation is defines the definitions, about time frames, steering bodies, scope of the project, and how the whole project is organized. I will not go into details. How the implementation looks like, so you have to initiate the process, develop a regulation to inclusive and participatory process, and you saw in the scratch, they invite young people, school students to be creators of the regulatory framework. This is a very good example of how you receive for ownership and very from the very beginning. And we ensure sustainability of results. And then, of course, we have the trainings for all school teachers responsible for of course, for as many school students as possible. We will have projects and then we will take results. Well, the pipeline of the school review looks like so it's 5 stages going forward. First of all, each year, City Council, in addition to the regulation approved parameters, so we have decided about the budget. You can also decide on the scope of projects, which areas project can be developed, for example, and what the timeline of the process. Registration campaign is very important. Then students may develop ideas, generate project proposals, and something like that. It's very important that these projects are proposals are evaluated by a coordination group, and this group provides feedback to students that maybe you have to improve something in the proposal, so it's more chance that it can be implemented. And there is one process in Ukraine we use not developed the boxes that we saw in the scratch, but we have a very comprehensive eVault platform that was developed and offered by Swiss Army project that was there in democracy. It's for free for all students, and it's very practical and doesn't store any personal data. This is very important, safe for young people to participate in this platform. This is how the education process looks like. In our experience in Ukraine, this is how the also is working. We like this platform for people because you can avoid manipulations and it's good because it has moderators of schools from the responsible organization that will speak about this. And you can see different projects, you can select the information, all these students can involved in the project. That's it. And with some projects implemented in schools. I'll speak about the change training for it's called school. It's very see that there is kind of engagement participants. We can, of course, organize them offline, and we can effectively do it online, so even final party, but choose the home, they will still be engaged and educated. We have also online course on School TV. As already mentioned yesterday, so average 50% of school students they participate in working courses, and 75 ideas and projects developed during trainings are submitted for students after these trainings. And there is some statistics from physics in grade from last year, like for example, city like 2,000 population, like schools participated, 95 projects submitted, and more than 6,600 students participated and 13 projects. We recommend authorities to roll out this mechanism gradually. They start with 20% of the total number of schools, and they increase the number every year. So people get trained, get experience, and they can do more effectively. For example, next year we will implement School TV in the population, and it has more than 100 schools. So we will start with 30 schools, and together with the representatives of the educational department, is expert in design criteria for right and selection of pilot schools. Thank you very much. I will switch and pass the floor to our online experts, and they will continue the presentation. Yes, yes.
Is it interesting with the budget service? It's about school budget or a local budget? This projects, which projects are financed?
Yes, it's additional budget on top of what school has coming from the city council.
In our case, it's a little bit complicated because schools are the time that we talk about the ministry, so they have quite, I mean, not together they are in projects. Schools are on their own and local governments. Just they have some funds only for renovation or some construction. For issues for this school, but not for this.
It's a very interesting question. Let's ask our expert. Let better moment was mentioned that the model and solution exists for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I also ask the expert about the questions. The first question is how many cities did you know break where they don't this school budget? And the second one is like we are going to have this school budget next year, and what is the main issues faces during the school budget?
Main challenges. Yeah. So, to my knowledge, there are more than 20 cities already implemented school review this hour and without. The main issues have really affected on the adaptation of relation. We have to have engagement from the youth department, and we have their ownership is engagement counselors have to do things. It's very important. We have to work with the city council, specific commissions for that very beginning. So the decision-making process, decision-making makers, they are involved as early as possible. Because there will be voting, council points, and support. This is very important. I don't see many challenges here. It's very popular tool, and mayors are getting more and more motivated to implement this tool because it's fast to implement. So just implement the regulation next year. Yes.
Discussing the something that is called civil education. We have subject in human rights, also develops in human rights, and it's kind of similar concept. That have a kind of creation or presentation and publication. So on the national levels, you learn how to participate, how to go. Everything that goes through, let's say, this we were discussing the possibilities of for such practice, budget and law on budget and the codes, budget codes. No special change the law to have that say budget, especially for this. So they that and like changing the legislation. This is so like let's say the regulation of mayor for this kind of budget. Only that way the mayor has the right to give certain amount of money. Just in the question, we also which amount of money is symbolic or it depends on the budget.
Thank you very much. Our budget, so we don't have James. Just envisage a budget line in the city council budget for next year. And some municipalities they develop most of our budget program. Administration. Budget for the school. The average it's from I think 2,000 euro to 50,000 euro per school. So it's not a lot, and it's not about money. It's about learning from participation. And of course, they teach. Of course, it's very important. Our users, they should use these results in their daily life. All users can have equal access, inclusive access.
Young students to learn how to get involved in the city life. So that's
Exactly. They learn about, first of all, our participatory democracy. They learn about project development and project management, and they receive the basic financial and budgeting skills because we teach them rough estimates and how to draft simple budgets. They understand what's behind the project. It's very useful. And it's develop their rural skills at the younger age, and after they finish school, they will be having more necessary sort of skills for their growth and development. Sure.
okay. That clarification, as I understand it, This budget is to like inside the school, not the school to go to the cities. Or it is these projects which will be implemented in the school society or outside the school, like in the city or this one question. And how we choose the schools? As you said that for example, we have 50 schools, but budget council will identify from 5 schools or every school can participate or what's the policy of this?
So there are different models of school to be. Usually, project should concern territory of the school, but some municipalities they have school to be for projects for the entire city. That's regarding the second question. Yes, we have set of criteria how to select schools, and for the pilot year, it's very important to have those schools who have very good performance in results, as some extracurricular activities, great staff, so it's very. Yes, we have built our city draft the whole for schools. We develop criteria, and we participate in the board, the application and selected schools. And next year, they can use similar process and extend the number of schools.
Okay, thank you, Walter.
Okay, let's invite you.
Says he didn't hear our negotiation, just like.
Він чує. Alexei, can you hear us?
Yes, of course, but I don't see you.
We have some problems with camera, so sorry, I will not reload the Zoom program. So let's continue to your presentation.
Okay, do you see my presentation?
Yes, we do.
Oh, very good. Okay, we started. Good morning, everyone. We are with you again. Once again, I thank Volodymyr for his help and presentation of the school participatory budget. Now a little bit of curiosity and details. Yesterday you got acquainted with our UChange methodology. Today you will learn how it adapt to needs. In our case, the school participatory budget. As Volodymyr has already said, we are rising an active citizen. Let's take a closer look at what a school participatory budget is now and how it works. The school participatory budget, according to the model of the Council of Europe, at the beginning of the year has been fully implemented, and the first cycle has been successfully conducted in 5 communities of Ukraine. 3 more communities have different model of the school participatory budget. The school participatory budget is rapidly expanding in Ukraine communities. The date you see on the screen. I will just mention that in the last 3 months of our teams has implemented SPB in 6 communities. Conducted 18 trainings, trained 897 participants from 145 schools, total of 56,378 students took part in the communities. As for now, the leader of the project is Kherson. 318 projects were submitted, and as many as 12 projects were submitted in one school. This is how you can evaluate the effectiveness of the methodology you change, and especially the combination of the two methodologies, Civic Lab and you change. How did we manage to calculate these results? We create a special digital passport for each community. In combination with a unique voting system, it allows you to measure all indicators. By the way, SPB is the only 100% digital tool for civil participation that provide equal rights and opportunities for people of all age and gender. Once again, I want to emphasize the key points. The school participatory budget is not the same as the participatory budget. On the one hand, the SPB, like the participatory budget, helps to solve problems that directly concern young people. On the other hand, it's a powerful education program based on the Council of Europe's methodology change of learning by doing, through which young people learn active citizenship from school age and take responsibility for the fate and development of their community. The school program consists of 3 lessons. Dream School. Teachers learn how to implement project. Students learn how to use the tool. Students develop ideas and project. Public participation lessons are held online or offline. A separate program and you change SPB game board has been developed. The second training, we pay for the cost of projects and the role of students in the SPB. Let's see what the interactive training module of the course looks like. You may scan QR code, but this module only in Ukrainian language now. Maybe adopted another time after our training. In the third lesson, in the format of meetup, we develop a promotional campaign for the projects. What's the project? Pupils submit very different projects. In Ternopil city, the fellowship project are already implemented. Modern lounge zone, Yard of Happiness, is a new mobile educational and recreational location. Unique pupil media studio inside media. Even the mayor comes to interview children. And my favorite project is Conquest of Ukrainian Carpathians. The children's both mountain equipment, and now their tourist club goes hiking in mountain. And in Krolevets, the example, the students submitted a sport project, Great Sporty Together. The project investigates the creation of management for active communication, sports, competitions and games for children of all age and sports group on the school territory in order to increase the popularity of sports and health activities as the basis of a healthy lifestyle. Another project is Novo West School. They also want to increase the environmental awareness of students, reduce the amount of waste in school, sort and recycle batteries, PET bottles, paper. This project has been implemented. It became a social school enterprise. Students hand over raw materials and earn money. With the funds, they implement other school projects. Now I want to invite Julia. She will talk about our special format of the event, School Participatory Budget Camp. It allows not only to teach students, but also to write project and evaluate the activity of students during the whole process according to the system of points. Julia, you're welcome.
Good morning to everyone. So we are going to tell you about the school participatory budgeting camp. As you can see on the screen right now, it took place in Poltava region, and based on the summer camp, about 65 students of senior classes, they were gathered together to play the game and to develop their new projects. So in Poltava region, school participatory budgeting is provided not for the first year. And if we speak about those students, they are future authors of the school participatory budgeting. So what events were presented and were played with the students over there? So first we played the school, the game, which you have already seen on the screen. Alexei told about it. It is called Dream School. Then we taught children how they can register their projects, what they have to pay attention to, and so on and so forth. And they also had the opportunity from the very beginning, or you see it on the screen, to almost to write, to prepare the project. It means that they completed the digital metrics, and here you can see the results of their work. And after the training, they had their project almost 100% prepared. So they have to add such details, and they were ready to register the projects. Here also, you saw on the screen, we organized for them a quest about the school participatory budget. I mean, in Poltava region, they had to answer the questions, and then they had to open the safe. And if all the answers were correct, they could open the safe. It was digital safe, of course. And now you can see on the screen how they presented their ideas, their future projects, and what they did during the camp. So I didn't tell you that the camp took it took about 3 days. We worked with them, and each day they had different tasks to complete. So that is about the camp. You can see the happy faces of the students. Here they are. Alexei?
Олексій, мікрофон. Олексію, мікрофон, не чутно тебе.
Okay, while Alexei...
Julia, say please
about the results, yes. So now what results we achieved for these days? So 33 students aged from 14 to 18 from 36 communities of Poltava region took place in this camp. They prepared 63 projects, and the total sum of money was about 8 million hryvnias. They also prepared for presentations of the projects, and even they shot one promo video of the project. If we speak about their theoretical knowledge, we can say that the results was the following. The results were the following. We had 4 groups: yellow, orange, blue, and green. And the first place, I mean the knowledge strengthening, was 99.43. The second place, it was 97.43. 90.71%. The third place was 91.7%, and the fourth place was a little bit less, 55.86%. But in general, you can see that if we speak about increasing their knowledge about school participatory budgeting, I want to emphasize again that they were new students, I mean new authors, future authors of school participatory budgeting, because they didn't participate in this in school participatory budgeting before. So the percentage of increasing their knowledge is very good. Thank you, Alexey.
Thank you, Yulia. After our camp, Poltava region has very best results for all years when it has a school participatory budget. Thank you, Yulia. Just a moment, please. Oops. Yes. For the successful implementation of the successful implementation of the tool and training, we use the educational component of the Civic Lab and U-Change methodology and two key elements, procedure and e-voting. Review the main points of the slide. This is what ensure equal right and opportunities for children's participation in the decision-making process. I invite Alexandra Pidenko to briefly talk about the electronic voting systems. Alexandra, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Can you please give me rights to share my screen, please? Thank you. I can share my screen. I would like to say that this platform is in Ukrainian language. By now, I'm using the tool in Google Chrome, which helps to translate, so you could understand the main parts of this site. So, my name is Alexandra Pidenko, and I am the national moderator of EDEM platform. And school participatory budget is one of the 5 instruments we created in our EGAP program. EGAP is short for e-governance for accountability and participation. Based on the concept which was created by experts of Council of Europe, we developed electronic platform for pupils could vote for the best of projects. So now we have 8 communities which are already implement school participatory budget, and we see the number of 144 schools joined also to this process, and now we have 494 projects, so it's the whole number of the submitted projects, and now it's been voting in one of them community. And now we see that 78 projects have already won, but as I was saying, some of the schools are in voting process now. And I like this number very much. More than 10 million was already allocated for projects from pupils, from students. And now I would like to show this some inner parts of this platform. So here we can see all of the communities which joined to the platform. For example, we will watch to one of the biggest of them. It's Kherson, which Alexey told you about recently. So when we go to the page of the community or the city, we will see all of the schools which joined to the platform. Here, all of them, you can see there are 4 pages of schools, and when we go to one of the school, we see that it's each school have its small school participatory budget, so they adjust settings schedule of their participatory budgeting, and here we can see all of the projects submitted in this school. So pupils voting only for the projects submitted there. There is no competition between school. There is the only competition in one school between their projects. I hope I heard right when Volodymyr said that we don't aim the personal data of pupils, but we can still preserve transparency of the voting process, so you can see the total number of votes in each project. And a few words, how does it work, how pupils can vote in for the projects. Every pupil has their unique QR code or URL, and when pupil scan his QR code, he goes to the page with the only projects he could vote, not from another school, from his school, from his community, so he can choose one of the best. And when he goes to the best project as he can choose, he can see the button to vote, and his vote is submitted. So we can preserve transparency. In real time, everyone can see how much votes gave to the project, and after that, community can choose them winner of the process. It's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Very much. We have a question from
Okay.
Наталя. Можіть, будь ласка, мікрофон. Чути, Олександро?
Okay, just one technical question, like you said, you give a unique QR code to each pupil, yes, and how you distribute your codes? It's like the school administration start distributing codes, and each school can the number of pupils, and the number is equal to the number of QR codes or codes.
Володимира, я попрошу вас please can you repeat, because it's very
How QR codes are distributed in schools by the administration, and the number of QR codes is equal to number of school students, or what is the system?
Yes, if I may, I again show my screen so you could understand best. We have different roles in organization of the process. So I am a national moderator. I help to join the communities. Also, we have a person from the city who at the schools, and also we have responsible person from every school. So this person is adjust settings for the competition, submit projects from the pupils, and generate QR codes. Yes, it was right that number of QR codes is equal to the students in the school. We have a button to generate QR codes, and we have two ways of voting for distance learning, and when every school is on distance for the quarantine, and when everybody goes to school. So the first way, when pupils can go to school, they can receive a QR code. and this responsible people from the school gave for every pupil this code. When everyone is at home and learning from distance, they receive a unique URL. So you can see a number of students and the URL which is given to also every student in class. It's the list of the class, just one class. So we generate for each class this list of QR codes or URLs. I hope I answered to your question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions?
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
we have
you.
questions. Just a second.
Yeah, thank you. School budget is really great too. I have a question. Can you please talk more about the techniques and how to make the schools? So how schools can apply for these courses and how we are choosing them. And then, for example, I'm thinking if you have enthusiastic the students, but the school administration are not so enthusiastic and they apply for this courses or how to initiate this.
Оці питання, як ми відбираємо школи, тобто як міські ради школи відбирають і тут таке питання вже раніше звучало, як вважаєте?
Okay, we have some criteria for each city, and this criteria is individual made for each city. School, the first step, send your data on Google Forms with this criteria, and next step we choose how many school will be in first pilot year in this city. As it's very simple. In the first year, we recommended no more than 10 or 11 school per one city.
What was the second part of the question?
The second part of the question was that if we have active students activities and not so active for administration, they're not or skeptic or something like that. How do you initiate this process, or do you help the students to participate in this project, or is it important to have more active administration?
Всі питання, якщо є от у нас активні студенти, школярі, а от неактивна адміністрація, чи навіть така пасивна, яка не хоче допомагати дітям.
Of course.
Як ми допомагаємо цьому процесу?
The recommendation is the first implemented school PB in activity city. But if administration is not activity in the first time, we with our team present and motivated non-activity youth department and also or school department, how it's very simple and how it's very effectiveness implemented, how it's very simple procedure on school PB, and administrated say us, oh, very cool, very good, it's very simple, I want it, I want next year more school. Our students, it's very best. We don't know how it's very simple. We recommend present very good present and adopted our methodology in with our toolkits school PB in the each city where we implemented school PB.
add to Alexei's answer that sometimes we can see that the mayor is very active and mayor wants to implement school PB. And when we come to city, we can see some opposition from the youth department, from schools, because they can see this complex process or additional burden to their responsibilities. So we have to work with them. As Alexei mentioned, we have to include high-level officials from the youth department, the school directors, teachers in the work group, and also additionally have our awareness-raising activities with them and some trainings, so they understand the process and they can facilitate, but not, let's say, stop or create additional challenges or barriers to this process. So yes, it is one of the challenges that we have and we help to address. Thank you very much. Maybe you have more questions.
Vladimir, Natalia say about questions, project not in school, maybe yard or anything. I say no, there should be classic participatory budget project. Senior students can participate in them, but that is another procedure. And we have change filed for this procedure for classic classic participatory budget. This is filed change PB.
Alexei, Alexandra, we have one more question. Okay, two. The question was, for example, in some countries, the schools are under the jurisdiction and responsibility of ministry, not of the local authority. How you can implement school PB in these conditions and allocate funds, for example? What would be your recommendation?
National level?
Якщо от є країни, де от школи не є відповідальністю в сфері юрисдикції міських рад, а безпосередньо підпорядковуються міністерству і...
Окей, ну я зрозумів.
Як тоді?
Yes, we recommended implemented the first step our educational program basis educational problem. We have a recommendation for this program, and the next step already implemented in each school other procedure, and that's all, no problem. This is will be and procedure and the practical works with project and voting system. Alexandra, maybe.
Yes, thank you. I would like to add a few words. I think one of the first steps could be to find a driver of this process in the ministry responsible for or which is interested for implementing this process, because sometimes it's necessary to receive agreement from this ministry to implement some initiatives in schools which are, or any other institution which under jurisdiction of national level. So I recommend to act to find the right person in the ministry. Thank you.
In addition, in our SPB toolkit, we have three models of SPB, how it's implemented in your case, in your country. This is a classic model, this is participatory model, this is decentralization model. And its model may be adopted in your country, in your city, in your each school, no problem. It's universally toolkit, and please take it. I put a QR code on this. What?
That in the toolkit you can find some questions that can guide you to assess your situation, and help you decide on one of the three models that we recommend. And one of them can suit your situation and needs. And final question.
Okay, final question, guys, who wants to ask?
Thank you very much. In this situation, you have to partner with the Ministry for Education and include the work group and work out a model or regulation or procedure who will be responsible, how, and so on. We could definitely provide a recommendation and support. So you can still implement it, no problem. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. So now we have a coffee break, but before coffee break,
Colleague, please look at the main screen. Do you hear me? I have only 2 slides for implementation, our methodology and school PB. The first slide including yours auditory, yours participant to implement and made personally model of SPB in your country and your city. And we have only 2 steps for implemented in each school and each city. I have this presentation. You have this presentation on our Google Disk. I sent you link of this presentation. It's very simply, and this is our toolkit. Please scan QR code, download our toolkits and implement it School PB in your country and your city. And maybe next step, simulation game, you change SPB with a small group.
We will have just a little coffee break and then we will continue with our games. But still, guys, I'm encouraging you make some posts on Facebook. Please also mention Council of Europe and please press Winter School and participatory democracy. It will be very good. Okay, so 10 minutes coffee break and then we will continue with our games. No, 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes coffee break. We can do our coffee.
Дякуємо Олексію, Олександра, Юля. Дякуємо за презентацію. Ми йдемо на каву і через 10 хвилин повертаємось.
Добре, тоді ми чекаємо на симуляцію, да? Будемо.
Я тоді, Олексій, буду використовувати свій, напевно, комп'ютер в одній з груп, тому що я не бачу другого комп'ютера. Якщо ви можете, надішліть, будь ласка, лінк на Zoom мені на емейл.
Добре, зараз я його повторю. Да, добре.
Дякую.
Колеги, я вже не потрібна.
Дякую, Олександра.
Дякую, Олександр.
Дуже дякую. Вітаю, пане Володимире. Дякую за запрошення. Щасливо. До побачення.
Which is going to be organized in each school. The tasks of Competition Commission is to organize the process of school participatory budget in each school on the level of the school. If we speak about local council and normally it is Department of Education, they organize the school, the process of school participatory budget on the local level for all the schools. So what else can we see? We see the line how we are going to proceed to make our school a dream school. And we can see the audience of the project whose needs we have to take into account while preparing the project for registration. We can also see all the 10 stages of school participatory budget and also the cycle of each step of each action you are going to do to realize your project in the school participatory budget. So what we are going to do first, we will start to play this simulation game. I don't think we will have time to proceed all the 10 stages, but our main task now is to explain you how it works. Again, I want to emphasize that during playing this game, all the participants complete the special matrix. You saw it in the presentation and in the video. And at the end of playing the game, all the participants, all the students, first of all, have the comprehension of how it works, school participatory budget, how to prepare their project, how to register it, who is responsible for each, and what they can do after their victory in the school participatory budget, because it is not the end of the project. Okay, so what we are going to do first. On your game field, you can see the cards. We will start to play with these blue cards. Yes, they are the premises of school which we can find almost in any school. So you have 1 minute just now to discuss which premises are, or actually were, in your school when you were students in school, and just place the card somewhere here where you think they should be, or how it was in your school. So just look at each card and place it on the game field according to where this premise was in your school. Doing this, you will see that, for example, all the schools have got teacher room, or they have got the head school, or they have got the stadium, or also they have some educational classes. It doesn't matter where we will put this blue card, 100% we can find such premises in each school. So the conclusion that we can make here is that actually all the schools are very typical, and even if the building is a little bit different, anyway we can find all the premises there. Okay, when you finish, we start to discuss the problems which you have in your school. So to do this, we need this red sad smiley. In your groups, please discuss. You also have got 1 to 3 minutes to do this. Now, what problems are, or what problems do you remember from your school life you had that time? For example, very often the children, the students, they want to change something in their schoolyard. So we will put this red smiley over here. Some students want to buy some new modern books to their library. Okay, so we put, I will find the library. Okay, here is the library. Yes.
Ми вже зробили mapping. Зараз
Okay.
now we speak about problems or what?
Yes. You continue to speak about problems. Discuss which problems the schools have or had when you were students, when you were school children, and put red smiley according to the problems you mentioned, to the place where they are.
посмотри, какая у меня девочка.
Okay, if you put some 2 or 3 problems, I think that is enough. Normally, we have 6 up to 10 or 12 participants in our game, so we have to ask everyone about the problems and put these red sad smileys. So now take this smiley which legs, which is going to proceed and which is going to move on our game field. So we started from here, and now we are discussing the school problems and what do we see right now in our school. So we move our smiley over here. Next step, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss the ideas. So, and we move this smiley to the next point, which is called Way to a Dream. Now you are going to discuss the ideas of future project for school participatory budget. That is to say, what do you want to change in your school to make it a dream school? To do this, we need this green smiley. And you have 3 minutes to discuss with the participants what ideas they have to change their school to a dream school. For example, as I told you before, if some children, some students say that in their school library they don't have modern literature, modern fiction, they need to buy new books, and that is the idea. They have to change this situation. So we put a green smiley next to the library, and it means that they want to do this. And so on and so forth. So now you are discussing the ideas. If you put 2 or 3 green smileys, means ideas, I think this will be enough. Okay, so the next step, we are going to discuss the stages of school participatory budget. So we had the ideas and to... Yes.
Юля, можна, будь ласка, трошки повільніше? Коли ми не встигаємо, а я, коли ми закінчимо зараз з ідеями, я просто покажу клас.
Окей, окей, got it.
Щоб ви просто говорили так перервами, скажімо, так.
Okay, okay. So discuss the ideas right now.
Ми закінчили з ідеями. Так, зараз нам треба обрати одну ідею для повної гри. Не чую вас.
Можна обрати декілька.
Одна ідея?
Можна декілька.
The next step, what we are going to do, we are going to proceed according to the stages of school participatory budget. So if you have several ideas, normally each participant at the table has one or sometimes even two ideas. So, and they complete the digital matrix with these ideas. But now we are going to discuss the procedure of school participatory budget. And as you can see on the screen, we have got 10 stages of school participatory budget. All the stage has got its name, and you can see them, they are blue cards. So I will ask Natalia and Vladimir to put these blue cards on the table so that all the participants can look at them and get acquainted with the names of the school participatory budget. Blue cards. Just put them on the table and read them. Wait. Now we are going, we don't put any card, we just get acquainted with them. Look at how they are called.
Okay.
And then if you have already read and get acquainted with all the cards, we start to discuss with the participants what do they think is the first step, the first stage. How is it called? What do you think? Can you tell me, please? So who is ready to tell me what is the first step, the first stage? What do you think? Natalia, Vladimir?
Just a second, we want I ask participants to put blue cards, how they would imagine the process.
Okay, all the cards. Okay. So Natasha, you put the card, the first card, the blue card, according to the name of the project, or the name of the stage, sorry. Okay, and what is it? What is it? What is the first one?
The first one is idea.
That's right. Very nice. That is right. So we put the first card over here. The first stage is called idea. And now we use the green cards. The green cards are over there. So you also put them on the table so that the participants can get acquainted with these green cards.
Julia, stop,
yes.
Please. Stop. We work with the steps. Because we cannot hear you now and listen to you.
Okay, you haven't finished with the stages, right? Okay, finish, please.
Оригинальный. Хорошо.
Are you ready with the stages, Vladimir?
One more minute.
Okay.
Okay, we mapped out all 10 steps, 10 phases.
Okay, okay. I just want to tell you that normally we do not do this. We proceed stage by stage. But if you decided to discuss all the stages at once, so no problem. But what do we do the next? Next, we are going to discuss the actions that we are going to do on each stage. So they are the green cards. So put the green cards on the table so that all the participants can get acquainted with these green cards. This is the first thing. And the second one is to decide which actions you have to do on the first stage idea. For facilitators who help the participants to play, I want to say that we have got the chart, it's over here, to help. And it shows us what we are going to do on each step. But for participants, we don't show this chart, this table. They have it at the very end of the game.
Ми зараз спробуємо порозкладати зелені карточки на кроках.
Ні, чекайте, Володимир, треба тільки одну покласти. Дивіться, on the first stage we have got two actions and we have to discuss each action separately. Not all of them at once, but one by one, so that our participants could understand what to do on each step. So have you chosen the first action on the first stage or not? Okay, very good. So just to help you, I want to say that it is to form a team, right? When we've got an idea. And the other one is to inform. I will find this card. Okay, here it is, inform. So when the participants chose one action, we have to discuss the next step. So what we are going to do. For example, let's take the first one, to inform. So the question is, what and what about we are going to inform, who we are going to inform, what should be prepared, and what result we want to achieve. Please, in your teams, discuss all the 4 steps here, and we will discuss them all together later.
Yes, we already discussed this for the first phase.
Inform, right? So normally, just to summarize, if we take this card in form, we have to inform and to ask the stakeholders about the project, if they really think that this problem is very actual and so on and so forth. Is the idea is good and so on. So who will we engage? So we ask in our case, the school children about this idea. What should be prepared? Normally here we have to prepare some announcement, some questionnaires and so on and so forth. And what result we want to achieve informing about our idea? The result is we 100% sure that our idea is really actual and interesting for our future voters. That is what we are going to do. And next is to form a team on this stage. So again, you've got a minute to discuss what do you need to do on this stage and proceed to make all the 4 steps. So you have got a minute to discuss.
We are now moving to the second phase.
Not have you already discussed about forming a team? That is the next action. You have already discussed, right? So if you discussed, so I hope that you discussed all the 4 steps, right? What you, who you will engage, what you should prepare, and so on and so forth. If you have done this, so move to the next stage. What is it? So how are you doing? Have you finished with the second stage?
Yulia, just a second.
Okay.
Юля, дивіться, в нашій групі учасники зрозуміли принцип цих зелених карточок. Ми пройшлися по 2 через повний цикл. І тепер просто ми вирішили, що буде цікавіше спробувати порозкладати зелені карточки по кожному етапу. Але ми зрозуміли, що діти під час тренінгу вони ретельно проходять, розжовують оцей кожен екшн.
Саме так. Тобто вони всі проходять по кожному етапу, по кожній зеленій картці, обговорюють, що вони мають зробити. Зазвичай на другому етапі у нас трохи довше, тому що тут дуже важливий етап, бо тут підготовка кошторису і аплікаційної форми.
Юля, оце вже ви підсумуєте в кінці, бо то учасники сказали, то давайте ми зараз пограємо.
Добре.
Та ви підсумуєте і вже одноголосно.
Окей.
Так.
Добре.
Дивіться, треба
Що нам далі
наголосити
робити?
ще на от чому. Значить, під час певних етапів у нас показуються спеціальні чек-лісти по кожному етапу, щоб діти перевірили, чи все в них
Давайте
наявності,
так от,
для того, щоб
Я пропоную, щоб Юля робила такі інтервенції. От зараз, наприклад, через 1 хвилину починайте щось говорити і там запитайте, як там наші групи справляються. І дивлюся, Наталя, можливо, по-своєму там не виходить. Ну, зараз побачимо.
да, Юлю, і там відкрий якийсь чек-ліст для прикладу. З останніх, що ви
Зараз
було.
я його ж знайду. Чекайте.
Скрийте, у вас там лінія завантаження, скрийте її, тоді екрану буде більше. Угу. Можна збільшити там плюсик знизу. Press the plus. Угу.
So, participants, how are you going right now? Is Natalia, is everything's okay in your group? Okay, Natalia is working. So what should I also tell you is that our participants have got such checklists, and they are answering the questions. They can understand whether they did everything correctly on each step of, on each stage on the participatory budget. So, have you finished discussing the stages and all the actions? Okay, very good. I see that Vladimir's group has already finished. Natalia, what about your group?
Yes. Yeah, we made
You have, okay. Now, so as you understood, today it was a simulation game. Our main task was to show you how we play with the students, with the school children, how we in game format, how we explain them about school participatory budget. Normally on the second stage, which is called the project, it takes us the most time. Why? Because it is a very important stage in which participants have to prepare their project. It consists of 3 parts. The first one, it is application form, and we discuss with them very detailed how they have to complete this application form. The second, it is estimate, and our practice shows that it is the most difficult part for the students, and not only for students but also for teachers, because they very often they don't distinguish goods and services, and we explain them what is the difference. And that is why the second lesson, which Alexey has already told you about, it is about estimate. We discuss prepared estimates and what do they have, and what questions do they have, and what services and what goods they are going to buy. So that is the next step. And also on this stage project, we discuss any additional documentation which participants prepare before registering their project. In this documentation could be any drawings, any photos, any plans, or explanations, or any other things they want to add to their project. Okay, and then our Smiley proceeds to all the stages of school participatory budget. And what do we have at the end? At the end, we give the students such a folder which is called materials. You can see them over here, and they can find here this chart you used playing the game. They also can find here all the checklists answering which they can understand whether the stage is completed or not, whether they did everything correctly or not. And also they have other materials which they need for school participatory budget. And also at the end, as I told you before, they complete the metrics, digital metrics. And at the end, they have almost 100% completed project. It means that after the first training, the students understood the whole process and they almost prepared their project application. Okay, I think if you have some questions, we can discuss them, and Alexey will help us. So do you have any questions about how to play the game?
They are discussed. Yes, Natalia,
Your question.
say it, please.
Julia, can you hear us? We have a question.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Julia, we have a question. In case of implementation in some countries, how the process of training?
How the process
of
what?
training? How the process of training implemented? Like in case if in Moldova 100 schools want to join to this project, how you will teach them?
That's no problem. We already have this case in Ternopil. We have 100 children. We teach him on a distance format, and we have interactive special courses, online modules. Modules for this, and it's very simply under the Zoom we have Blue Jeans. We separate our participant in different group and teach different teachers and different students. Okay.
Can you do it at once? Like
Yes.
100 citizens, 100 schools
Yes.
came to
Yes,
Zoom,
we
and
already
you will
have
teach it.
96 people. We have very very good teams and implemented School PB shortly time and very effectiveness in Moldova.
Actually, what do we
Please,
do?
switch off main
Microphone.
yes.
But how do we approach Europe? How do we request to have such training?
I don't understand.
Natasha, can you repeat, please?
I can answer to this question.
How do we request to have such training?
So
To have access to the learning of the process.
I can answer to this question, okay?
Okay. I don't hear.
It's one question from this person. I think maybe it's too formally actually question because many users
the question was how a school or a community that needs to access the tool, how they can approach the Council of Europe, how they can contact them to have access to those learning modules they were talking about.
Thank you for the question. I bring this to the also at the end of the meeting. Right now, can they use in which way or which training that's set out in general and because it's I sent out again in January a questionnaire that before specific questions for the development of the online trainings. And there we get all the information and then eventually material. It's not all participants and all materials, but we want to do tailor-made to answer these requests. And I mean, I could say that we are under the closure. I can already say that the Georgian participants, everybody can contact us either in Strasbourg, so we Anastasia, the one who are already in contact, but the Ukrainian participants can contact directly also the Ukrainian project. The Georgian participants can also contact directly the Georgian project, and Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Moldova is contact Strasbourg, and we remember the
Russian. And I see this team is not ready to yes.
Some more questions, perhaps regarding this technological event process. Process, how will they do this finance this team, or they have to tender or make budget. So how is that process? Okay, this project is winner, and now I have to finance it. How this process? It's a school is implementing on their own this project, or they gave kids or so. How is that process?
So let's find out with our experts because they have knowledge of different practices. But normally in Ukraine, schools are legal entities and they are responsible themselves for different tenders. And normally they have tender for the project. So, but let's check with Alexey and Yulia. Питання для вас, як от проголосували за проект, як він потім впроваджується в школі? Тобто голосують за нього, верніше, є якийсь тендер, чи хто імплементує проект? Через тендер, чи як саме? Хто відповідає за це?
Each school implemented projects. Ukraine have separately procedure. This name Prozoro. It's electronic concourse and electronic procedures. It's not problem. It's very standard procedure.
У нас проблеми зі звуком, секундочку, будь ласка. Oh, it's the right one. Спробуйте зараз, Олексій, говорити.
Each school implemented...
Зараз, секунду, зараз відкрутіть звук. Не так просто. О, прошу, значить, починайте.
Full participatory budgeting is very simple procedure, but not each training. Okay. Each school implemented their projects. It's very simple. Ukraine have separately budgeting procedure. We have electronic resources, Prozora, his name. It's not problem. 20 years, 10 years, and this project already implemented.
А є Олексій, коли співфінансує хтось цей проект?
No. We don't recommend it co-funding this project because it's a very difficult procedure in Ukrainian, and we don't recommend this.
So in Ukraine, we have a very, let's say, comprehensive platform, Prozoro. It's online for public tendering, public procurement procedures for all public authorities, and it's one of the best practices for transparency and anti-corruption in Ukraine. So, and Alexey says it's not difficult to register and to go to tender procedure with them. So, depends on the country, depends on the practices. More questions?
In example, Kherson implemented 71 project under May and to November.
Let's make a conclusion. Another session. Thank you, Alexey. Thank you, Alexey, Yulia. Thank you for supporting us in this game. Thank you for participants that you were active. Thank you,
Sorry,
Daria.
I have some words for our participant. May I say, Natalia, 1 minute.
Thank you so much.
Наталя, Олексій просить ще 2 хвилини. 2 хвилини.
Alexey, after 2 minutes, to make some conclusions. Please, okay?
Можу казати? Можу казати? Can I hear?
Можна, так. можна.
Okay. In the end, I want to thank the participants of the winter school. You are the best. As the author of the Council of Europe methods, I was very pleased to present them to you. I am grateful to Natalia and Julia for the 3 days of help, Cornelia, Jeff, Vladimir, the Georgia project team, and the Council of Europe for the opportunities you provide to citizens for development. Colleague, you now have a window of opportunity to implement innovation methods of the Council of Europe in their countries for the development of your community. Thanks you. Have a nice day. See you soon in Ukraine, maybe next year.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Julia.
So, I think you needed to see my cats again. So, and there's a different picture when you scan the QR code. And again, feedback will be very welcome on yesterday and this morning. And then this